had our turnovers down, 10 this game, 6 in the first half, ended up with 4. So that's, 4 in the second half. Total of 10 is not bad. And I think as a goal for our team is to get our turnovers down and our assists up from this point on to the end of the season. I think that'll be a big key for us, whether we play at home or on the road, to really take care of the ball. And we got to improve our offensive numbers. Though we had a good day on Saturday offensively, we got to continue to improve those offensive numbers. And it's just a matter of spacing, knocking some shots down, getting a level of confidence. But I think that'll come. He continues to work hard in practice. I think so. Because for me, it wasn't necessarily sending a message to Trey. As a level Trey was playing at. I'm not big in trying to prove a point with a young man because he's part of our team and our family. But I just think I need to see Trey play hard on both ends of the floor. If you win it, that's one thing. We got to put forth a better effort. And I thought he did that last game. But it has to be consistent. Because I think when it's all said and done, if he continues to work to exhaustion and push himself to be the best, he got a chance to be one of the best guards in his league when it's all said and done.
You've had players that from time to time, like Woolridge at Kentucky or then McRae against Auburn, would have a really big game, and then the next game not play as many minutes. What goes into determining the minutes they play the next game?
I think more in that case, playing hard, timing, might be situations. And I think in Ronaldo's case against Kentucky, he made some shots. I don't think it was a case of anything in particular. I think it was more of matchups in this particular game, the way they run it, matchups on it, and Ronaldo being a small forward, having to chase those guys off the print. I thought it'd just be tough, and I thought the way our big guys were playing, it was tough to put him at that 4, which we started him at that 4 when he went in the game. But I just think when you play him at a small forward, you have to find the right matchups for Ronaldo. It wasn't a case of him playing bad, but just chasing those guards off those down screens would have been tough for him.
Do you think that Stokes and Maimon are still learning to play together? Or do you like the way they're playing together right now?
Well, I think more than anything, Stokes is learning to play with Jerron. Because Jerron's feeding him, he's educating him. There's a lot of stuff Stokes is learning on the fly. Georgia ran a couple of different schemes at him when he was on the defensive side of the ball, and he had some good looks, cross screens, down screens. Which I would do the same thing. We got a guy that's inexperienced as far as the reps under his belt. And he did a good job making adjustments. That's why we try to get him out as soon as possible to draw it on the board, let him see it just in case it happens again. But I think it's more, Jerron's doing a good job of teaching him and showing him the way. But also Kenny, you have to give Kenny Hall credit. He does a better job than, I thought as far as his communication on the floor, really helping guys.
Coach, at this point in the season, what do you talk about in terms of goals? When you talk about it, still about the process. You talk about 500 in league play, NIT, and you talk about anything.
Just working hard one day at a time. You got to keep plugging. I just think, as a coach, you all of a sudden halfway through and try to set some goals. You might have small goals, try to win your home games and that sort of thing. But I think for us, just to continue to play hard and play together as a team, and I think all those goals will fall in place.
When you look at your guys, you talked, I don't know if you remember, way back in the early part of the year, talked about you need to have, when you're starting over at Fergalicious, you need to have guys who you can lose with. You went through some tough stretches in December. It didn't seem like finger pointing was ever a big problem. You just kind of discuss that attitude on your team where the results weren't there, guys didn't necessarily get down.
They've done a good job with that. And these are good guys. I think more than anything, them trying to learn and find their way with a new coach, new style, but also guys playing a lot of minutes. You're talking about guys that went from 5, 6, 7, 8 minutes, if they played, to 25, 30-plus minutes a night, but with a new team. It's not a case of having 3 returning starters and you're trying to jail a couple guys, but you're trying to find your way as a unit. And also for me as a coach, trying to get a feel for these guys and what I expect certain guys are capable of doing through watching film and practice. And all of a sudden, that might not be the case when we get in the game situation. So as a coach, you also have to make those adjustments. But from a character standpoint, these guys have been great. They bring the hard hat to practice, and they want to get better, and they get along. And I think that's the biggest key.
Darren Horn said he thinks that Tennessee is playing tremendous man-to-man defense in the half court. Your reaction to his comment?
Well, I thank him for that. But I think our guys are getting there. And I still don't think we're where we'll eventually be when it's all said and done. And I think so this season. I'm not talking about next year, but I think we can be one of the best defensive teams in the country this season. But I think our guys, more than anything, are starting to feel the results when you play at a high level. People say you play hard and compete. I told our guys, more than anything, that's a compliment. When people say you have a toughness level and you play hard, that's the ultimate compliment. Because I know when I watch teams, I gauge, and just as a fan, the first thing I know is how hard teams play. Because I think if you play hard, you have a chance. And obviously, you plug in personnel from that standpoint. Offense comes and goes. But if you play hard, you have a chance to be successful. You rebound the basketball and you take care of the ball. And those are areas we have to continue to improve upon.
What's Bruce Ellington brought to the equation for South Carolina?
More than anything, he has a level of toughness to him. And not just because he plays football, he's a tough kid. I mean, you watch how hard he goes. He's physical. He's not afraid of any situation. He'll attack the rim. He shoots the ball from the perimeter. He's a tough defender, and he's a leader for those guys more than anything. And I think right now they're just making the adjustments of getting him out there full time. Because it's tough when you have a rotation. All of a sudden, here's a guy you plug in. Even though he's probably one of your better players, if not your best player, you're plugging him in. It's still an adjustment. So I just think those guys are trying to find their way, and you're trying to find your way in one of the toughest leagues in the country.
Coach, did you see the Florida or the South Carolina at Florida game Thursday night? I believe it was. I was just impressed with how hard South Carolina was playing at this point.
Oh yeah, they competed. They played hard. You know, when you're fighting for your life, so to speak, when it comes to basketball, I mean that's how you should play. You're trying to win a ball game, and like I said to our guys, everybody's a part of the SEC, so they have a right to win a game. I mean, nobody is exempt from trying to win a game. They want to win just like anybody else, and they'll come with their hard hat, and Darren gets his guys to play hard. Unfortunately, they come up short in some games, but they'll compete.
Coach, you say South Carolina's fighting for their life. Is Tennessee right now, just because of the postseason situation, being so close to 500?
We're just fighting to be a good team. We're fighting. I mean, postseason. You do what you're supposed to. The postseason will come. We're fighting to be a good team.
Trey doesn't start, but he still plays a bunch of minutes, and you constantly say it's not to send a message. Do you think people make too big of a deal out of losing the starting five?
Well, I'm consumed with this team. My job is to coach this team, not get caught in the periphery of what people think. That's not how I make decisions. Based on the personnel, my staff, when we make decisions, we move forward. Outside of that, I don't get consumed with it.
There be any other lineup changes outside of Trey moving back in?
We'll see. If they continue to push forward, we'll be okay. If not, we'll see.
Cuonzo, what were the benefits of having Scholar run the point for times that he did?
I just think he's probably the second best option as far as running the point on our team at this point. But he's sound. He'll do the right things with the ball. He's not careless with the ball. He'll make the right decision. He's safe more than anything, which that's what you want.
Does that maybe take him when he has the ball in his hands more? Is that take away from his ability to spread the floor, or is he still able to get open and get shots?
I don't think so, because you know, outside of once our point guard brings up and pass, we run a motion offense, so it doesn't matter where he is on the floor. Spacing, what we teach, penetrating, pitching, it really comes down to reading the defense.
But you guys have been since the SEC play started, particularly one of the best in the league in defending the three-point line. Is that kind of a basis of your philosophy, or is that just sort of a reflection of this game, like something you believe in?
Well, we do believe in defending, period. Just to getting guys off the three-point line. Because not many guys, if you look around the country, you study and you scout, not many guys can make plays off the bounce consistently. You get them off the three-point line with your help defense, your recovery defense. You force guys to make plays, multiple plays. You don't want guys getting relaxed. And I thought we did a poor job in the first 5-10 minutes against Georgia and guarding that three-point line. And that was some of our breakdown, the ball screen defense as well. But you want to get guys off that line and make them make plays or make the extra pass. And not many teams and not many players can do that.
You got some goals like 10 turnovers and 40% shooting. You have one for three-point right now. You're holding under 30.
Under 30%. That's the goal at the three-point line. Under 30%. But you know, really contest shots more than anything. But you want to keep them under 30%.
You mentioned South Carolina's matchup zone. How concerned are you about facing it? Is that different than any zone you've seen this year?
Well, I think with a matchup zone, you have to, I mean, you give it some zone offensive looks, but more than anything, you still run your motion offense, you run your set plays because it's constantly moving. It's not a set where because you might have a big guy out on the perimeter, like in one of those guard positions because of how the offense might be aligned. So I just think you run your offense, you execute your offense, and don't get consumed with it.
Because in your experience, either as a player or a coach, going against a team that's just been blown out by another team, have you found them to come back and fight back harder the next game, or have you seen a confidence drop in that team from one game to the next?
I've seen both. I've seen both in the case of the confidence drops because a guy might be taken out of the starting lineup. You know, coach might have got on the guy pretty tough. He didn't bounce back the next game, but I've seen guys come back hungry, excited about an opportunity to win a game, because all it takes is one time to get a win. You get your head up. It's amazing how the brain works and the mind works from the standpoint of level of confidence. All it takes is one game.
Coach, could you just talk a little bit about Jerron and how you coming in and having a guy like him to fit into your plans, and how it kind of seems to work out pretty well for both of you?
Well, I think for Jerron, I think he's probably, I mean, I always throw these percentages out here. I don't know what they mean, but I think he's probably, 75, 80% where he will be when it's all said and done. He continues to get better. We'll utilize him more as we go, especially into next season, of being more on the perimeter, handling the ball, making decisions. Even though he's good at that, has to continue to get better at making decisions with the ball, because he's one of our best guys at that. But not being careless with his passes. But I think him, when it's all said and done, he has a chance to be one of the best, because his ability to go inside, outside, attack the rim, putting pressure on the defense. And when he's shooting those free throws at 75% plus, it's too tough to guard.
What area do you see him needing to improve upon the most? Is it a consistent 15, 17-foot jump shot? Or
I think more the three-point shot at the top of the key. I think that's a shot because of how we play with the high-low offense, the motion offense, the ball screen offense, that three-point shot at the top of the key. Now you can really stretch the defense and do some of the things we like to do. But I think that's the biggest key, and he works on it. But it's just a matter of him having the confidence and feel good about it. Because I know when I was in college, I worked on that shot for 2 years and then really started shooting it to my third year. So it's just really the confidence in shooting it more than anything, because he has good form on it, but it's just him feeling good about it.